The Writings of Abraham, chapter 152. After Sarah's death, I sent my son Yishak unto Shem and Eber to learn more perfectly the ways of the ancients, and he remained there 3 years before returning to my camp. Chapter 153. In the 138th year of my life, my brother Abimelech, sovereign of Gerar, died, being 193 years of age. Wherefore I took my people and journeyed to Gerar, where we mourned over Abimelech, for he was a good and Kodesh man, who walked in perfectness before his Elohim, and had made his calling and his election sure. Therefore we rejoiced in knowing of his end. Nevertheless we sorrowed to be parted from him, but I knew that I should soon go to him, which knowledge comforted my heart. And his son Abimelech was chosen to reign in his stead. Chapter 154. The following year Lot, my brother's son, died, being 140 years old. He too was a just man and accepted of Yahuwah, although he did not walk in all the ways of the ancients, for he had coveted his own property and separated from his community of Elohim. Therefore he must receive a just reward. Nevertheless, Yahuwah loved him because he maintained his integrity, even in the midst of wicked Sodom. Wherefore Yahuwah saved him, and those of his household, who would be saved from destruction. And Yahuwah made of him also a mighty people. Chapter 155. Now when my son Yishak was about to return unto me from the city of Shalom, the word of Yahuwah came unto me, saying, Behold, in the city of Haran dwelleth Bethuel, the son of thy brother Nahor, who is dead. Unto Bethuel has been born Ribkah, who at this time is 10 years of age. Send now and fetch her as a wife to thy son Yishak, for thus have I appointed that she shall bear unto him the chosen seed. Chapter 156. So I called unto me Eleazar, my trusted companion, who had been with me since we had come out of the city of Shalom. And I said unto him, Put now thy hand under my thigh, and swear unto me before the Most High Elohim, that thou shalt go unto the city of Haran, and bring thence Ribkah, the daughter of Bethuel, son of Nahor, my brother, to be a wife unto my son Yishak, according to the word of Yahuwah. But if the maiden refuse to come with thee, thou shalt be free of this thine oath. So Eleazar swore before the Most High Elohim, and departed from me in Shalom. He also pursued his journey to Haran, and found Ribkah, even as I had said, and returned with her after the return of my son Yishak from the city of Shalom. Thus Yishak took Ribkah to wife when he was 40 years old, he having 4 other wives, but Ribkah he took to wife in the tent of Sarah. And Ribkah bare no children, wherefore I knew that Yahuwah should work a marvelous work in her, even as in Sarah before her. Therefore my heart rejoiced in Ribkah, the wife of my son Yishak, for she was pure and virtuous, like unto Sarah my beloved, who had preceded me into the rest of Yahuwah. Chapter 157. This same year I took to wife Keturah, the daughter of my old friend Abimelech, sovereign of Gerar, who was dead. Keturah bare me 6 sons, so that in all I received of Yahuwah 8 sons and 328 daughters, being in all 336 souls. Thus did Yahuwah increase me greatly besides the many sons who were adopted to me, and thus I increased continually before Yahuwah. Chapter 158. After 9 years my son Yishak brought unto me his wife Ribkah, for she was yet barren. And she said unto me, My father, surely I know that my mother Sarah was barren for many years before she bare Yishak unto thee. Wherefore pray for me, that I, like Sarah, may conceive. Therefore I prayed over my daughter Ribkah, and I said unto Yishak, Thy mother Sarah bare thee after she received a barakah from my brother Abimelech, sovereign of Gerar. Abimelech, son of Abimelech, reigneth now in the place of his father in Gerar, and he too is a mighty man of Elohim. Go ye in unto him, that he may barak Ribkah, and she shall conceive and bear unto thee 2 sons, and the younger shall rule over the elder. But in the elder shall the word of Yahuwah also be fulfilled, for through him shall I slay wicked Nimrod, even as Yahuwah foretold at my birth. So Yishak took Ribkah and went into Gerar, unto Abimelech, son of Abimelech, who barak her after the order of the ancients. And she conceived, and bare unto Yishak 2 sons, even as I had said. And on the 8th day Yishak brought the last unto me to be named, and the elder I called Esau, for he was covered with hair, and I said, Surely he shall be a mighty hunter before Yahuwah. But the second I called Jacob, for I said, Surely the elder shall serve the younger. Chapter 159. When my youngest son, Shua, whom Keturah had borne to me, for she bare Zimran, Yokshan, Midian, Medan, Yishbak, and Shua, was 15 years of age, I called all of my sons unto me, and instructed them in the ways of Yahuwah, and baraked them, and gave unto each wives and a goodly inheritance of property, according to the instructions of Yahuwah, and sent them away to inherit lands which Yahuwah had prepared for them. Then I rested in Shalom, knowing that I had done all the will of Yahuwah, and that soon I should be gathered unto my fathers, to be with Sarah and the righteous in the paradise of Elohim. Chapter 160. Behold, I am Yishak, the son of Abraham, and I finished my father's record. For when the end of my father's sojourn among men had come, he called me unto him, and said, My son, according to the commandment of Elohim unto thee, I have appointed thee to be my heir, that all the authority I possess shall rest with thee. Thou knowest that Yahuwah is Elohim in the Shamayim and earth, and we serve only him. He hath many times preserved me from destruction, when the evil ones would have destroyed me, for I always place my trust in him. He brought me unto this land, and said unto me, To thy seed will I give all this land, and they shall inherit it when they shall keep my commandments, my statutes, and my judgments, that I have commanded thee, and which I shall command them. Now therefore, my son, hearken unto my voice, and keep the commandments of Yahuwah thy Elohim, even as thou hast been instructed by me, and by thy mother Sarah, and by Shem and Eber. Depart not from the Kodesh order of Elohim in any particular, and remember always the mercies of our Elohim, and his barakah will never depart from thee. Teach these things also unto thy children and thy children's children, that they may receive the like barakoth with us, for all those who obey the Torah of the fathers will be Baruch with the fathers. Chapter 161. Then I covenanted with my father to do all things as he had said, and to walk always in his ways. And my father baraked me in my house, and he took my son Jacob into his tent, he being 15 years old at this time, and instructed him for 7 days and nights in the ways of Yahuwah. Thus did my father end his days, and he died, being 175 years of age. And Yishmael and his other sons returned unto me, and we did bury our father with Sarah my mother, and all the inhabitants of the land did mourn over him, for he was a righteous man who did good unto all. And truly this was his testimony, that Yahuwah is Elohim over all, and those who serve him shall inherit shalom in this life, and eternal joy in the life to come. Amen. And thus concludes the book of the writings of Abraham. Shalom.